Novak Djokovic and Carlos Alcaraz could be level on ranking points come Monday. Novak Djokovic could find himself in a unique position come Monday, as Carlos Alcaraz could tie him on ranking points if the Spaniard successfully defends his Rio Open title this week. It comes at a crucial time for Djokovic, as the Serb is just 1 week away from surpassing Steffi Graf's all-time record of weeks at number 1, but he will safely remain at the top even if there is a tie thanks to an ATP rule looking at the breakdown of ranking points. Djokovic is guaranteed a record-breaking 378th week at world number 1 on Monday, even if Alcaraz equals him on 6,980 ranking points. The Serb's points from reaching last year's Dubai quarterfinals will come off next week, while the 19-year-old can retain his 500 points from winning the 2022 Rio Open if he defends his title this week. It would be a rare situation on the tour, but both men already know that the 35-year-old will remain at the top of the pile come Monday, even if Alcaraz does win his 8th career title thanks to the ATP's ranking rule. If two players are tied on points at any place in the rankings, the first tie break to separate them is determined by the man whose ranking is made up of more points at the mandatory events. These are the biggest tournaments on the calendar, the Grand Slams, ATP Finals and Masters 1000s. And Djokovic leads the teenager in this regard with 5,820 points coming from the big events compared to the world number 2's 5,090. It comes at an important time for the Serb, who is guaranteed to break Steffi Graf's long-standing record of all-time weeks at number 1, currently set at 377 weeks. Djokovic matched the German tennis legend this week and will overtake her with 378 on Monday, though he could be stopped from extending it further by Alcaraz. With both men competing in different ATP 500 events next week, Djokovic in Dubai and Alcaraz in Acapulco, the 19-year-old has the chance to return to number 1 in the world after becoming the youngest man ever to reach the top spot last year. Everything will depend on how far each man gets at their respective tournament next week, but if he wins Rio and then outperforms the 35-year-old the week after, he will be number 1 come March 6. There is also still a chance that the US Open winner can get back to the top on this date even without winning this week's Rio Open and tying Djokovic's ranking points, depending on how well the 22-time major champion performs in Dubai and if he suffers an early loss. Alcaraz has made it no secret that returning to the top spot is the big goal of his comeback after being sidelined for almost 4 months following back-to-back injuries. After tearing an abdominal muscle at November's Paris Masters, he then injured his leg in preseason training and was forced to skip the Australian Open, where Djokovic was able to win the title and leapfrog him in the rankings. But Alcaraz made a winning return to competition last week in Argentina as he lifted the title and has shared his wish to battle the Serb for the top spot. It is not known when he will return to number 1, also because it does not depend exclusively on me either, Alcaraz explained at the start of the Rio Open. It also depends on Djokovic, who is there, fighting, and also depends on Tsitsipas and many players who are at the top. I will give my best in each tournament and we will see when I get it back, if I get it back. It came just days after the teenager told Urbana Play that it was difficult to see Djokovic overtake him while he was sidelined with injury. And added, "It was clear to me that number 1 was going to be taken from me sooner or later. I knew that it would be difficult to keep it all the time. Now the objective is to recover it as soon as possible. But I haven't competed in a while, and what I want now is to get back on the court and compete."